Well, hey everyone, welcome to another GoDaddy Pro meetup. My name is Marcus Burnett, and I am on the GoDaddy Pro team. Today I have two special guests here from Weglot to talk to you about offering translation services as an additional revenue stream for your business. But before I introduce them, let me just run through a couple of things. I will be hanging out in the chat and monitoring the chat for any questions. So if you're joining us here live, please do feel free to add some questions to the chat area, and I'll keep track of those as we go. We'll answer some of those at the end. Also, this is being recorded, and so when we get done here, it'll get posted back to the event page that you registered at, and also an email will be sent out with the replay link. So if you have to hop out early or you want to share this with your team afterwards, you will be getting a replay link there. Without any further delay, let me go ahead and welcome our guests. Welcome Thibaud Guerin, the Agencies and Freelancers Partnerships Manager at Weglot. How are you doing today, Thibaud?
I'm doing great. Thanks. Thanks for having me.
And also joining us is Logan Pickett, Partners and Collaboration Manager at Weglot. How are you, Logan?
Pretty good. Just another day in paradise.
Another day in paradise. I love it. I'm going to go ahead and get out of y'all's way here, but I will, like I said, I'll be floating around in the chat area, and then I will pop back in towards the end to help with some question and answer time. So let me hop out of the way, and I will hand the floor over to you two. Take it away.
Thanks. So thank you very much for having us today. We're very happy with Logan to be with you today. Well, tonight for me, as I'm based in Paris, so it's quite late in the evening, but very happy to be with you guys. So yeah, to give you more context on the talk, so we are both part of the Weglot team. So what Weglot is, maybe some of you already know. We provide a website translation solution that you can use on all the technologies, including Webflow, Shopify, WordPress, and all these kind of CMS. And today we wanted to provide you some insight on how you can earn more with your website creation business, thanks to an add-on service like translation. So we'll give you more insight on Weglot, but you can adapt also this kind of presentation to other apps that are also available on the market for other services. So Logan, if you can share the screen maybe, and so we can switch to the slides. Okay, so yeah, you can go ahead to the slide 2. So yeah, first of all, in order for you to better understand a new service to your agency, meaning the translation service, I wanted to give you more information about what a multilingual solution like Weglot can provide, and the value proposition that you can offer to your customers. So historically, concerning the website translation, the way it used to be is that you had to create new pages in order to have your website translated, meaning that you had like one page in English, and to have it in Spanish you had to create another page. But in terms of SEO, that's not a good practice, as you will have some duplicated content. So in 2016, Rémi Berda created Weglot in order to make this process. So basically, with Weglot, you'll have 100% of the website translated in 2 minutes. You don't have much to do, only to have any website translated. So basically, how Weglot is working is that when you integrate it on your website, if it's a WordPress plugin or a Shopify app or any other integration, it will automatically scan the whole content you have on your live website, and it will create a first layer of machine translation based on AI, such as DeepL, Google Translate, Yandex, or this kind of technology. And it will translate your whole content, including all I don't know, the titles, the even the images, the links you can have on the website, some forms, basically everything, including the metadata as well. And it will also include automatically a language switcher button that will allow the user of the website to switch from one language to one another. Beside of this, let's say, visual translation, you can modify this translation manually if you want to. Different features like what we call here the translation lists, on which you have like the two contents and you can modify it, or you can also use the visual editor that will allow you to see kind of an in-context view of your live website, on which you can modify the translation if you want to. And then there are some, let's say, additional features like the glossary rules, to say, okay, I always want to translate this word by this word because that's the name of, I don't know, collection or this kind of stuff. You never want to translate this word because that's the name of my brand. That doesn't make any sense to translate it. And you also have other additional features like translation exclusion. You don't want to translate your blogs, for example, this kind of stuff. And beside of this automatic translation plus manually edited translation, you can order some translation to professional agent translators through the Weglot Dashboard. And yeah, aside of the visual translation, Weglot will give a multilingual SEO structure to the website based on Google requirements for a multilingual website, based on #long tags in the source code of the website, based also on the fact that the translation won't be just visual, but will be server side. And also on the fact that you have unique URL per languages, something very important for the navigation and for the SEO. So yeah, to sum it up, the value proposition of a multilingual solution like Weglot is that it is a huge time saver for you, as you don't have much to do to translate a website. There's also the fact that the quality of the translation is very good, as you can implement the workflow you want on your project, and it will be very interesting for your clients, as their website will be visible in Google, I don't know, Google Mexico, Google Canada, etc., as it will be indexed on the different version of Google. As an agency or as a web developer in freelancer, it's very interesting for you to use a tool like this in order to provide an additional service, even if you only speak one language, let's say English. If you don't speak Spanish, you can use the automatic translation. So it's very easy for you to add this new service to your agency, and we can see it later. So yeah, if you can switch to the next slide. So yeah, I wanted to give you an example, a use case we had with SlideBean, which is an AI-powered online presentation tools for startups and small businesses. They are based in New York, and they wanted to, they had their website in English, and they wanted to add the Spanish language on it, on their website, in order to address the Hispanic community based in the US, and they automatically saw an increase of 200% from the Spanish-speaking visitors, an increase of 30% for the overall conversions, and an increase of 20% traffic to the main website. So if you want to learn more on this case study that can be interesting for you, you can see it on weglot.com. There is the full testimonial, so quite interesting. And so yeah, if you can switch to the other slide, Logan, please. And yeah, so now that you know what Weglot does and how we can use it for your agency, I will present you how you can leverage it in order to offer this service to your customers. So the first thing that you have to keep in mind is that adding this type of service to your offer can create a competitive advantage for your agency compared to other web agencies, because a lot of agencies are offering the same things like web development, store developments, SEO, Google Ads, this kind of service. But it's very important for companies who are looking for a web agency to work on their projects to see how you are different from the other agency, and if you are offering an additional service like translation, that can be another service based on another app that you can use internally. It can add a competitive advantage to your offer, and they will be more likely to work with you rather than the other agency, because they see that you have an expertise and that you can help them go further. And then the second point is that you can become a privileged partner for expansion, meaning that you can help clients who launch a new project or a new product with a global scope at first glance. Or you can also support some clients who want to redesign their website, to redesign their products in order to go global, to target other markets. For example, I don't know, a company based in the US, if they want to grow in Canada, they will have to add, for example, French if they want to go in Quebec. And you can also work with clients working in a multilingual zone. So same example for Quebec, on which they read this bilingual nature. So if you want to accompany your clients abroad, you can add this type of service to your offer. And then the last point is that you can support local and foreign companies, meaning that you can work with clients from your area, targeting other countries, other areas, or you can even support some clients coming in your area. So you have the expertise on your market, so you can be a really good help for them, and you can work on their translation as well. And so now that you better understood how you can offer this additional service to your customer, I would like to show you how you can actually implement it into your offer. So at the end of the day, how you can sell this service and integrate it to your offer. So here you have different ways to do it. So you can rather add multilingual topic in your current web development offer, like you can do, for example, with email marketing support or this kind of stuff. So this is very like adding a new service to your offer. Or you can even offer a multilingual website development package beside of your e-commerce development package or corporate website package. So meaning that you will build from scratch a multilingual website, and you won't just add a new language on your customers' websites. Or you can even, if you want to, become a multilingual web agency. If you want to have this expertise and to provide more than just translating, but if you want to accompany your clients on their whole growth, on the whole global growth, let's say. So then concerning the additional service and the multilingual development package, so you have different ways to propose it to your client, to include it in your business model. So for the additional service, you have the possibility to offer this translation service as a one-time payment. Let's say that they will pay 500 euros to include a new language in their website. Or you can also base your business model on a subscription. For example, you will make them pay 49 euros per month to maintain and continue to work on their website translation. So you can do basically the two. You have the two possibilities, keeping in mind that as Weglot is a Weglot or other apps are mainly based on SaaS models. You will have a subscription that can be yearly or monthly. So then that's up to you to integrate it in your invoices. And concerning the multilingual website development package, it can be a one-time payment. Let's say you will tell your client that you will build them their multilingual website for 11,000 euros, and then you will transfer them the project. You won't have to do any maintenance, any translation or this kind of stuff. That's their website. They manage it on their own. So this is basically the three ways you can include a service like Weglot, a translation website service in your offer. And yeah, to sum it up, you can add a new offer to your current offer if you want to, as the translation, the website translation is not that complicated if you are using a tool like Weglot that will allow you to have automatic translation on your website, or to ask for professionals to work on the translations. And for you guys, I think it can be very exciting to work on this type of project, as you will support some businesses that are global, and I think that's pretty exciting to work on this kind of projects. And yeah, so yeah, I completely encourage you to propose more services in your agency to gain competitive advantage. And I think it can be a good opportunity for your agency or your business creation business to grow. And then I will let Logan present you the way you can integrate the affiliation in your offer as well.
Yeah, we just have kind of like a simple kind of program right now that we use to partner with, agencies and others that are developing websites for clients and customers. Now we just have our simple affiliate program where we offer a 20% customer lifetime commission for any referral made. So you can stack that into your, like Thibaut was saying, stack that into your offerings and your services, right? So you could actually, you could invoice your clients at the normal rate or whatever rate you wanted. And then you would actually gain that extra 20% through us. And then the other side of things is we're actually investing a lot of different resources right now to kind of create this more robust agency partner program so that we're better supporting agencies and freelancers and things like that, where we can, better support them, better incentivize them, and really just better help them grow their own business, right? Because it's kind of like, if you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours, kind of a thing. So that's kind of where we're at. That's what we'd like to do is eventually, partner and work with a lot of different agencies and things like that across the world, and just kind of help Weglot spread across the globe. So I guess it's time for questions. Is that everything, Thibaut?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, thank you very much for this Logan. And yeah, I don't know if you guys have some question that can be concerning the way you can integrate it, or maybe the use of Weglot or whatever. Feel free to ask in the chat.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I will wait and see if there's anything else coming in the chat. I don't have a ton right now, but I do have a couple of questions. So one of the things that I work with quite a bit is WooCommerce. How does Weglot integrate with, I guess, any of the commerce packages, but WooCommerce, is it still fairly plug and play? Does it integrate well with WooCommerce and other commerce packages? It's still pretty simple to set up with those.
Yeah, completely. We do have a lot of users and agencies working on WordPress. Yeah, that's the main website builder in the world right now, and commerce purpose, which is now very important. A lot of them are using WooCommerce, and you do have the same way to integrate Weglot on the WooCommerce website that we have on the WordPress website. So that's just basically a plugin that you will add on your WordPress WooCommerce website, and the whole content made displayed by WooCommerce will be detected as well as any kind of content. And so yeah, we will translate it like right away. And yeah, WooCommerce websites are very interesting, as you see a real impact on the traffic and on the conversions. So we do have a lot of users growing in other areas thanks to the translation. So yeah, we are completely compatible with WooCommerce.
On the, I guess, technical side of that, if you want to talk to us a little bit about how that works. So I'm guessing so there are two ways, I guess, that could work. It could look at content in the database and translate that, or it could look at content on the page and translate that. And I guess depending on which way that goes would determine a little bit more about sort of cross compatibility with other plugins and stuff. Does it sort of just look at the page that's being generated and translate that content as the pages are being generated then?
Yeah, basically what Weglot will do is that let's say the Weglot bot will scan the whole live website. We won't touch the content in the back office. So for example, we don't touch the WordPress back office, but we'll scan the website that is live, and we will detect, thanks to the tags, the paragraph tag, the title tags, and so on. We'll detect all the content in the source code of the website. We'll take this content, and on the server side, we'll do the magic. We'll translate the content, and then we'll display the content in the translated version if the user wants to.
Very cool. So that being said, I was watching a different video about Weglot, and it looked like a lot of the translation stuff is stored actually at Weglot and then is served up to the site. So it's not expanding the database and creating a whole bunch of extra stuff in there. So when you're editing or modifying or changing setting, I mean, there's some settings in WordPress, but are a lot of the translation options and all of that over on the Weglot side rather than on the WordPress side?
Yeah, exactly. When you integrate Weglot on a WordPress website, for example, you will have a little setup to do on the WordPress side, like just providing the URL, the original language you have on the website, and the language that you want to add on the website, and then it will make the website multilingual. And in order to modify these translations, you will have access to a Weglot dashboard, on which you will be able to edit these translations. And that's why we are doing it on the server side, is to keep it and to keep the translation in order to edit them on the Weglot dashboard. And also there is like kind of a saving of some translation. Let's say, for example, I was mentioning before the glossary rules that will allow you to say, I always want to translate this word by this word. So this is the type of feature that is allowed by the server-side translations.
Yeah, so you do have some options to go into the Weglot dashboard and make some changes. Like, you know, if a company name needs to stay the same and it's, you know, normal words in a language, and instead of translating it, it needs to say the company name, you can kind of go in and tweak that kind of stuff as well.
Actually, the Weglot dashboard will allow you to manage your projects, manage your translations, but it will also allow you to modify the language switcher button on the website, because sometimes you want it to be in the footer, in the header, in the menu, or whatever. So you can basically modify it on your Weglot dashboard, for example, including a flag or not, displaying the language, the name of the language, or the code of the language, and you can make it blue, you can make it pink, you can do whatever you want with the button. and that's on the Weglot dashboard.
Very cool. Manuel asked in the chat, how accurate are the translations? Who does the translations? Is that Weglot or is it a third-party company? I think you touched a little bit on there being maybe some AI component to that as well.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the first layer of machine translation will be provided mainly by DeepL, which is an AI. I think they're German, and that's concerning the accuracy of it. It's like between 80-90% accurate, so that's pretty good. It's mainly for the like most common languages. Let's say English, French, Spanish, German, Chinese, Japanese. All the common languages will be handled by DeepL, and we based our tool on their API, so we provide the content for DeepL like this. And for other language pairs, it's based on Yandex in some case, on Bing translations in some case, Google Translation as well. And we always want to have the feedback of our users to know which for like all the languages. For example, that's why on some languages we use Yandex rather than Bing, for example, because we had the feedback from our users. So yeah, basically for the automatic translation, it will be the AI, and then for the manual translation, it will be rather you as an agency or your clients that can be invited in the project. And as I said before, you can also purchase, order some professional translations to vetted translation agencies directly through the Weglot dashboard.
Out of curiosity, if someone, a client or an agency or whatever, adds some manual translations, do those get fed back to the AI? Does it continue to take any of that in, or is that just kind of stop at the site? If you make manual translations, that's just going to be for that particular site or project?
Well, yeah, at first glance, you will have the whole website based on the automatic. But for example, if you see that the automatic translation is correct, you can save it in order to save it on the whole website. And if you will modify it, it will be modified on the whole website. For example, if you have the same title on 10 different pages, if you saved it once, it will be saved on the whole website. So you don't have to manually edit it like 10 times. So yeah, everything will be saved, so you won't have, it will make your workflow easier as possible.
Manuel also asked, and I don't know the answer to this, admittedly, does Weglot work with GoDaddy Website Builder? I know that Weglot works with a number of things, not just WordPress. I don't know if you know the answer to that. I don't.
I'm not sure I do, but it depends on how it is displayed on the website. In most of the case, Weglot, the only thing that we can't translate are the iframe. But in most of the case, we can translate everything. In some case, we have, for example, I don't know if you have a Google form on a website that is not translated by Weglot, you can force it by using some dynamic elements that you can set up on your Weglot dashboard. So we kind of a way you will force it, and it will be at the end of the day translated. But yeah, that's I think you can, Manuel, if you can give it a try and send me an email to give me your feedback on it,
Yeah.
It can be great. But I think we are compatible with them.
Yeah,
Very
I think that's actually we would probably be interested, Thibaut, like me and some of the other teammates, to create an actual demo of Weglot using the GoDaddy website builder.
Yeah.
I think that would be really great to do and showcase.
Yeah, for sure. Another question that I had, so and you maybe you talked about this a little bit and I missed it, but for pros that want to set this up for their clients, do you offer like white label services for that? Do the clients have their own login to be able to make changes, or would the agency or freelancer kind of handle making any changes and stuff within the system?
Yeah, that's a very good question. As that's the main question agencies are asking me when I do some call with them. So yeah, thanks to Weglot, you have two possibilities. So the first one is to create a Weglot account, and beginning from the Pro plan, you can manage different projects on the same Weglot account. So for example, you can manage, I don't know, 3 clients on the same Weglot account thanks to the Pro plan. But if you want to keep agility with your customers, because in some cases it happened that the customer don't want to work with you, for example, anymore. And if you want to transfer them, that's better to I suggest to work with one project made for one client. So they can create the Weglot account rather with their email address, or the agency can provide can create it with their email address, and then you have the possibility to transfer the ownership to the end user. So yeah, my suggestion as an agency is to create one Weglot account per client, and it's better if they create it on their own, as they will be in charge of all the big. But yeah, you have the two ways to do. It's up to you to implement the workflow you want with your customers.
Cool. I don't have any more questions in the chat. How many languages do you currently have that Weglot translates to?
Well, give me maybe you can how can I say? Yeah, actually we can translate 100 more than 100 languages thanks to the AI. Just because the AI, the like DeepL, Google Translate, Yandex, etc., don't provide more languages than this. But a few months ago, we launched a new feature that's called custom language. So you can add like basically every language you want on your website. For example, the French Canadian is not supported by Google or DeepL or whatever. So you can, but if you want to have the French Canadian, you can do it thanks to the custom language. And I don't know, if tomorrow you want to invent your language and you want to translate your website in this language, you can basically do it with Weglot.
Challenge accepted. I think I'm gonna make up my own language and see how that goes. Where can what's on the roadmap, I guess? What's coming, and where can people find out more about Weglot and you guys?
Yeah, so yeah, I think I didn't mention it, but yeah, it's very important for SEO to have the unique URL per languages. So for example, yeah, but right now you only can have some subdomains for the main of the technologies. So meaning that you will have, for example, in the English version, en.mywebsite.com. For the French version, you will have fr.mywebsite.com. But something the clients are asking a lot is to have subdirectories or subfolders. But nowadays that's a feature that's only available on WordPress. But in the next few weeks, I guess, or in the next few days, we'll launch our subdirectories feature. So you can have some subdirectories for the different languages, meaning that you will have mywebsite.com/fr for the French version, and mywebsite.com/en, for example, for the English version. So yeah, that's the main point we have on our roadmap, because our clients are asking it a lot. But yeah, it will be available soon.
Very cool. I added the website to the chat as well. That's just weglot.com, correct?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, if you guys have some question, you can send me an email at thibaut@weglot.com. I can type it in the.
And I added mine. I added mine in the chat as well. So.
Okay, perfect.
If you have any questions or email forwards, any cool gifts that you'd like to share, I'm sure those are great places for that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, with that, I will just go ahead and wrap us up. I'm going to leave another link here in the chat as well. We do have our GoDaddy Pro community forums that we have a topic set up for this event. So if you want to keep the discussion going, anybody watching this can hop over there. And I will leave that in the show notes as well when this gets posted to the GoDaddy Pro YouTube channel, along with the link to Weglot. Not your email addresses, don't worry. Yeah, thanks everyone for joining us today. Before we go, I do want to let you know that next week we'll be joined by Angela Blake, product manager at GoDaddy, to talk a little bit about Web3, NFTs, and how WooCommerce fits into the picture there. And that's going to be next week, same time, same place here on Wednesday. To register for that event and any other future events, go to events.godaddy.com. And you can also catch any past event replays there and on our GoDaddy Pro YouTube channel. That's it for this one. Thanks again, Thibaut and Logan, for joining me. I really enjoyed having you guys on.
You're welcome.
For sure. We'll see you guys.
Yep. Thanks everyone else for joining us, and we'll see you the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.